I never thought a single click could unravel my entire life. But that night, as his Facebook account glowed on the screen, I discovered not just messages, not just lies, but children I didn't even know existed. The first thing I saw was a profile picture that made my stomach drop. A smiling little girl, brown eyes so much like his, hair tangled in sunshine gold. And then, a series of posts, family photos, holidays, birthdays, years of a life built without me. My hands shook so violently that the phone almost slipped. I laughed at first. It wasn't funny, but the absurdity of it hit me. 5 years? A perfect marriage, or so I thought. And here I was, staring at proof that my husband had been living a parallel life. A life with another family. We had been married 7 years. I knew every freckle on his arms, every sigh, every laugh. I thought I knew him better than anyone else on this planet. And yet here he was, just a stranger wearing the face I loved. The house was quiet, the kids asleep upstairs. The only sound was my own ragged breathing and the faint hum of the refrigerator. The world felt like it had tilted, and I was clinging to the edge. I remembered the day we met, how his fingers brushed against mine as he passed the coffee, the way he had looked at me like I was the only person in the room. Those memories now felt like smoke slipping through my fingers. How could all of that, our love, our life, exist alongside this other life? I scrolled deeper, heart hammering, and the photos became more intimate, more personal. Birthday candles, scraped knees, homework assignments, first day of school smiles, and always him, smiling, holding them close as if he had never been mine at all. A sudden noise made me jump. The creak of the bedroom door, our cat pawing at the floorboards, maybe the wind. My pulse raced. I wanted to shout, to demand answers, but my voice caught somewhere in my throat. It was unbearable, this combination of shock, anger, grief. I wanted to throw the phone across the room, but I couldn't. I needed to see it all. And then I saw a message. A simple one. But it shattered everything. Daddy loves you, sweetie. Always. My stomach dropped, twisted, and my chest felt like it had been hollowed out. Always. He had always been saying that to them, not to me. My hand shook as I traced the words on the screen, as if touching them could somehow erase them, could somehow bring back the world I had thought was mine. Remembered the nights he would come home late, claiming overtime or late meetings. I remembered the small excuses, the tiny inconsistencies that I had always brushed aside. How blind had I been? How could I have ignored the tiny threads that, when woven together, now formed a tapestry of lies? I sank onto the edge of the bed, the phone clutched in my hands, staring at the glowing screen as if it held the answers. My mind raced with questions. How many children? How long had this been going on? Did they know about me? And worse, did he even love me anymore? Or had I only ever been a convenient chapter in a life that was never truly mine? Somewhere in the kitchen, the clock ticked with brutal precision. Time felt surreal, stretched and distorted. I felt like I was floating outside of my own life, watching myself react, thinking, spiraling. I remembered the sound of his laugh, how warm it had felt, how intimate. And now I wondered if that warmth had ever really been for me. And just when I thought I couldn't handle more, I found it. A private Facebook account, carefully hidden, complete with a family tree, friends lists, photos that spanned years. I had never known it existed. My hands went cold. This wasn't a fleeting mistake. This was a secret life meticulously curated. I pressed my face into the pillow and let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. And in that instant, I realized something terrifying. The betrayal was far bigger than I had imagined, not just an affair, not just a lie. A secret world had been growing right alongside ours, and I had been blind. I wiped my eyes, staring at the ceiling, trying to steady myself. My mind raced with possibilities, strategies, confrontations. And then, a soft sound behind me. A key, turning in the lock. He was home. I didn't know if I wanted to scream, to cry, or to run. My heart thrummed like a war drum. The bed seemed too small, the room too tight. And yet somehow the tension between us, even unknowingly, was still magnetic, almost unbearably so. The man I loved, or thought I did, was here, and he had a life I didn't know existed. And in that suspended, heart-stopping moment, I understood. Nothing would ever be the same again. I hear the faint click of his shoes against the hardwood floor before I see him. Each step feels like an echo through my chest, like my heartbeat has synchronized with his approach. I clutch the phone tighter, still open to the secret Facebook account, each photo a knife twisting deeper. I want to hide it, close it, erase the evidence, but part of me can't stop looking. He enters the room, smiling casually, not noticing the storm raging behind my eyes. My chest tightens at the sight of him, the familiar scent of his cologne hitting me, the one that used to make me feel safe, now a cruel reminder of everything I thought I knew. He drops his keys on the table, runs a hand through his hair, and the casual intimacy of his gestures cuts me like shards of glass. "Hey," he says, voice warm, teasing. "Long day?" I manage a smile that feels foreign to me, shaky, fragile. "Yeah. Just busy," I reply, trying to sound normal while my mind screams with the secret I now carry. He sits across from me, and for a moment, the air between us is charged, thick with unspoken tension. I watch him, study the way he shifts, how his eyes linger on me for just a heartbeat longer than necessary. There's still that magnetic pull between us, that dangerous unspoken connection that has always simmered under the surface. And it's maddening. How can I feel desire and betrayal at the same time? I try to speak, but my voice falters. We need to talk. I manage, the words trembling. He leans back, casual, but I see the faint flicker of concern. Or is it curiosity in his eyes? About what? I bite my lip, debating whether to confront him or keep this secret as a weapon, as a way to test the boundaries of our fragile connection. Every fiber of my being wants to scream, to demand answers, but there's also an undeniable pull, a magnetic, almost forbidden tension that keeps me tethered to him. I glance down at the phone. The images, the posts, the lives I never knew about, they scream for exposure, for confrontation, but I hesitate. The power of knowing, the power of seeing it all, is intoxicating. "Just us," I whisper, my voice barely audible, as if admitting it aloud might shatter everything. The words hang in the room like a fragile glass ornament trembling in the air. He leans forward slightly, eyes narrowing, intrigued. "Us?" he asks, tilting his head, curiosity laced with something else. Something I can't quite name. I swallow hard. The tension is suffocating, almost electric. Every inch of space between us feels charged. I'm drawn to him, aching, desperate for some kind of connection that feels real in the midst of this chaos. Yet every instinct warns me that he is the architect of this betrayal, the man who built a secret world while I remained oblivious. I rise slowly, deliberately, and cross the room, the phone still clutched in my hand. He watches me, silent, and I can feel the anticipation building, a dangerous intimacy simmering just beneath the surface. I hold it up, not the phone, but myself, my anger, my desire, my need for answers, all of it displayed in the tension of my posture, the intensity of my gaze. "Look at me," I demand softly, almost whispering. "Really look at me." He meets my eyes, and for a moment the room seems to shrink, the world narrowing to just the two of us. There's a flicker in his expression, regret, guilt, something darker, and it fuels a fire in me, a mix of frustration, longing, and forbidden attraction. I didn't," he begins, and then stops. The hesitation hangs like a promise and a threat all at once. I take a step closer, our breaths mingling, the tension between us almost unbearable. Every instinct screams to push him away, to shout, to demand the truth. Yet another part of me, the part that has always craved this man, leans in, wanting connection, intimacy, even as I know the ground beneath us is fractured. His hand twitches, almost reaching for mine, and my pulse accelerates. A dangerous, thrilling, heart-stopping closeness forms in that small space between us. The air thick with unspoken words, with secrets, with desire we both know we shouldn't indulge. And then, the phone vibrates in my hand, jolting me back. A message notification from the secret account. A child's name. My heart lurches. I glance at him, eyes wide, and in that instant I realize I am standing at the edge of something I cannot control. The tension, the proximity, the secrets, it all threatens to explode. He watches me, a mix of confusion and longing in his gaze. And I know the next few moments will define us, whether we crumble entirely or find some fragile, perilous connection in the wreckage. And in that charged, dangerous pause, I understand something terrifying and exhilarating all at once. The truth isn't just hidden in that phone. It's hidden in the spaces between us, in the forbidden tension, in the secret magnetic pull that neither of us can fully resist. The line between desire and betrayal has blurred. And in that blurred, shivering moment I am helped. The room feels smaller now, tighter, every sound amplified. The low hum of the fridge, the tick of the clock, the soft rustle of his clothes as he shifts, each one a drumbeat in the rhythm of my anxiety and desire. I can't tell if my pulse is fueled more by fear or by the magnetic tension between us. I take a slow, deliberate step closer, letting the space between us shrink until it's almost unbearable. His eyes follow me, dark and searching, as if he's trying to decode me in the same way I've been unraveling him. The phone is forgotten for now, a silent witness to everything we cannot yet say aloud. I can't, I whisper, my voice trembling, not from weakness but from the sheer intensity of what I feel. I can't pretend I'm fine, not anymore. He exhales slowly, a mix of frustration, longing, and something softer, vulnerable, that I haven't seen before. Then, tell me, he says, his voice low, almost a growl, pulling me in with every syllable. Tell me everything, and I do. I let the words spill out, the fear, the hurt, the betrayal, the anger that has been simmering under the surface for days. I tell him about the secret Facebook account, the children I didn't know existed, the life he's built without me. My hands tremble as I speak, but every word carries a weight that's almost physical. He listens, silent, his gaze fixed on me, a flicker of guilt passing across his features, quickly replaced by something warmer, more intimate. And despite the fury, despite the heartbreak, despite the knowledge that he's shattered the world I knew, my chest aches with something I can't fully name, something like longing, like the slow ache of a desire I thought I had buried. He begins, voice tight, but I cut him off with a shake of my head. No, not yet. You tell me first. The room sways slightly, the air thick and heavy, and I feel a tremor run through me. I am standing so close now that I can see the faint lines around his eyes, the subtle curl of his lips, the warmth radiating from him in waves. My hands twitch, wanting to reach out, to touch, to feel the solid reassurance of him against me. But I stop. I'm not ready, not yet. And then he does something unexpected. Slowly, cautiously, he extends his hand. Not to grab the phone, not to reach for the secret I am clutching, but toward me. His fingers hover near mine, just inches apart, and the electricity between us hums louder than any words. I take a tentative step forward, letting our fingers brush. The touch is brief, almost accidental, but it sends a jolt through me. My breath catches. His eyes meet mine, and in them I see the same conflict I feel. Desire and guilt tangled together, impossible to separate. "I never wanted to hurt you," he whispers, so close that I can feel the heat of his breath, the sincerity, the vulnerability. I don't know how to fix this, but I can't lose you." The words hang in the air, heavy and intoxicating. My chest tightens. My hands clutch at the fabric of my dress, fighting the urge to reach up and pull him closer, to bridge the gap between us with something more than words. Every instinct screams that this is wrong, that he's the source of my pain. But another voice, smaller, more dangerous, whispers that he is also the only one who can soothe it. And then, slowly, almost hesitantly, our foreheads touch. Just a whisper of contact. Yet it's enough to make the room spin, to make my knees weak, to make my heart ache in a way I haven't felt since we first fell in love. The world narrows to that moment, to that delicate, trembling connection. "I don't know how to forgive you," I admit, voice barely audible, trembling with the weight of everything. "But I can't stop feeling this, not now." His hand curls around mine fully, firm, grounding, and the touch sends a shiver through me. "Then don't," he says softly. "Not yet. Just feel it. Feel us." We stand like that for a long moment, suspended between confession and denial, desire and heartbreak. Every breath, every heartbeat, every trembling glance is charged, raw and intimate. And even as the reality of his betrayal lingers, even as the secret life he's built gnaws at me, there is a connection here I cannot deny, an unspoken promise that perhaps despite everything we are still tethered, dangerously and irrevocably, to each other. A sudden knock at the door startles us both. I flinch, the moment shattered, and the spell breaks. He steps back, guilt and longing warring on his face. The phone vibrates again. Another message, another reminder that the world outside this charged, intimate bubble is still waiting, demanding answers, demanding confrontation. I take a deep breath, heart hammering, and glance at him. Our eyes meet, a silent understanding passing between us. This is far from over. The desire, the tension, the dangerous pull, it's only just beginning. And as I step away, clutching the phone once more, I realize that the line between love and betrayal, longing and hurt has never been thinner, and that crossing it could either destroy us or bind us together in ways I cannot yet imagine. The house is quiet again, but it's a different kind of quiet this time. Heavy, suffocating, almost intimate. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of the wind through the curtains, feels magnified, like the world has shrunk to just the two of us. I can feel the weight of the secret between us pressing down, a tension that's both unbearable and irresistible. He's closer now, standing just a few feet away, and I can feel the heat radiating from him. It's intoxicating, dangerous. My chest tightens and I struggle to breathe, caught between wanting to flee and wanting to fall into him completely. "I can't stop thinking about it," he murmurs, voice low, rough with emotion. "About you, about us, about everything I've done to hurt you." I swallow hard, heart hammering. "And yet you're still here," I whisper, voice barely audible, charged with anger, longing, and something more primal I'm not ready to name. Still standing in my living room like nothing's changed, like you deserve me. He flinches at the words, guilt flashing across his features. But there's also a fire there, a raw, unguarded desire that catches me off guard. His hand hovers, almost touching my arm, trembling, unsure. And in that hesitation, I see something I haven't seen before. Vulnerability. Real, terrifying, magnetic vulnerability. I step closer, our breaths mingling, and the tension between us becomes almost unbearable. Every nerve in my body is alert, every instinct screaming that this is dangerous, that crossing this line could consume us both. and yet the pull is irresistible. "Touch me," I whisper, almost pleading, and his hand finally brushes against mine. Just a brush, but it's enough to send a shiver racing up my spine. The contact is electric, a spark igniting a slow burn that I can no longer ignore. He leans closer, and for a heartbeat I wonder if I'll melt into him, if I'll let desire completely override reason. Our foreheads meet again, and this time, it's different, intentional, deliberate. I can feel the warmth of him, the steady thrum of his pulse against mine, and it's dizzying. "I don't deserve you," he murmurs, voice thick with emotion, and the words slice through me. They should repel me, but instead they pull me in, igniting a dangerous mixture of compassion, desire, and heartbreak. "You don't get to say that," I reply, voice trembling, as I press closer, letting my hand find the line of his jaw, tracing it lightly, almost reverently. "Because I can't stop wanting this, not now, not ever, it seems." There's a pause, a charged silence, the kind that stretches seconds into eternities. I can feel every flicker of emotion on his face, guilt, longing, fear, desire, all battling for dominance. And in that moment, I understand something terrifying. He is as drawn to me as I am to him, and we are both teetering on the edge of something irreversible. Slowly, tentatively, he closes the distance, and our lips meet in a kiss that is hesitant at first, testing, searching. It's not reckless, but it's undeniably intimate, a collision of raw emotion and restrained desire. My hands move to his chest, feeling the steady thrum of his heartbeat, grounding me even as my mind races with the betrayal, the secrets, the children I've yet to fully process. The kiss deepens, slow and deliberate, a dance of trust and vulnerability. Every brush of his lips, every trembling touch makes my chest ache, makes the world outside vanish. And yet underneath it all, the secret, the life he's kept hidden, lurks like a shadow, a reminder that desire and heartbreak are intertwined in ways I can barely comprehend. We break apart for a breath, foreheads still touching, hearts racing, in sync. I can't do this without knowing everything," I whisper, voice raw. "I need the truth, all of it." His eyes darken with emotion. "I will tell you, I promise, everything. But right now, I just need you here, with me, please." I hesitate, torn between the need for truth and the magnetic pull of the man in front of me. The room feels impossibly small, our shared space charged with a mixture of tension, desire, and fear. Every inch of proximity is a test, every touch a spark threatening to ignite a fire we might not be able to control. And yet, despite the betrayal, despite the lies, despite the world-altering secrets, I can't pull away. Not completely, because underneath it all there's still love here, a dangerous, complicated, undeniable love. And in this moment, it's enough to keep me suspended, teetering on the edge between heartbreak and surrender. We stand there, breathing in sync, hearts hammering, caught in the exquisite torment of desire and confession. The line between passion and vulnerability has blurred entirely, and I know that once we cross it again, nothing will ever be the same. Outside, the world continues in its ordinary rhythm, but inside this room time has stopped. Desire, betrayal, love, they all coexist in a precarious balance, and I understand, with a cold certainty, that we are both changed forever. And in that suspended, charged moment, I realize, whatever happens next, the truth, the passion, the heartbreak, it will all come to a head. The final reckoning is inevitable. The night is thick with silence, the kind that presses against your skin and makes every sound sharper, every movement more intimate. The phone lies forgotten on the table, its secret world waiting for the daylight, for the confrontation that I know must come. Right now it's just us, suspended in a fragile bubble of raw emotion. He stands close, chest nearly brushing mine, and I can feel the warmth of him seeping into my bones. His hands are steady now, resting lightly on my arms, grounding me in a way I hadn't realized I needed. My chest rises and falls rapidly, a rhythm that matches his, and the electricity in the air between us feels almost tangible. "I need to see you," he whispers, voice low, thick with emotion. Not just here. I need all of you." I swallow hard, heart hammering. The betrayal, the secret life, the children I've yet to even comprehend. They're all looming shadows in the corner of my mind, but for this moment I can't think. I can't reason. I can only feel. We close the distance, bodies aligning in a careful, deliberate embrace. Every nerve ending is alive, electric with desire, tension, and the unspoken promise of honesty that hovers just beneath the surface. His hands cup my face, thumb brushing over my cheekbone, and the simple contact makes my knees weak. "I've never stopped loving you," he admits, voice trembling slightly, confession laced with vulnerability. "Even when I messed up, even when I lied, you were always the one I wanted." The words pierce me, a dagger wrapped in silk. I can feel tears prickling my eyes, but I don't wipe them away. They're part of this release, this moment of truth. I press my forehead against his, letting my breath mingle with his, letting him anchor me even as the world we've known shatters. "I don't know if I can forgive you," I whisper, voice breaking, "but I want to try. I need to understand. I need to know everything, or nothing will make sense." He nods slowly, pressing a gentle kiss to my temple. "I'll tell you. Every detail. Every truth. No more secrets. I swear." And in that promise, the tension that has been building between us for days, weeks, years begins to crack open. Not destructively, but like a dawn breaking through a long, dark night. The desire, the guilt, the longing, they converge in a slow, deliberate release. Our lips meet again, this time with less hesitation, more intention. The kiss is a confession, an apology, a plea, and a reclamation all at once. Every brush of skin, every lingering touch, every whispered breath says what words cannot. That we are fragile, broken, but still tethered. Still alive to each other. His hands trace my back, grounding me even as my mind spins with the impossible revelations of the past hours. I let him hold me, let the warmth of him seep in, let the vulnerability between us be enough to sustain the moment. The world outside, the children I've yet to meet, the lies that must be confronted, can wait for now. Here, in this charged space, we are just us. "I never wanted this life to hurt you," he murmurs against my ear, voice catching, "but I'll do whatever it takes to make it right. To make us right." The promise is raw, vulnerable, and it resonates in my chest. I clutch at his shirt, fingers trembling, as if holding on to him physically can somehow anchor me through the storm of emotions. And maybe it can. Because right now, in this moment, love, desire, heartbreak, and hope are all tangled together in an inescapable, breathtaking knot. We pull back just slightly, foreheads touching, hearts still hammering, in unison. I glance at him, eyes wide, filled with tears and longing, and he smiles softly, a small, fragile curve that feels like a lifeline. I don't know how the morning will come, I admit, voice raw, trembling. But tonight I know I'm still yours. His hand cups my cheek, thumb brushing away a tear, and the intensity of the moment makes me catch my breath. "Always," he whispers. "Always yours." For the first time since discovering the secret, I feel a flicker of clarity amidst the chaos. Betrayal is still there, lurking in the shadows. But it is no longer the only thing defining us. Desire, vulnerability, forgiveness, and love coexist now, delicate and dangerous but undeniably real. We linger there, suspended between confession and desire, between heartbreak and hope, understanding that the road ahead will be difficult, that truth must be faced, and that the lives hidden from me will demand answers. But for now, in this room, with the night wrapped around us like a velvet cloak, we are together. And as the first light of dawn filters softly through the curtains, I realize the love that has survived lies, secrets, and betrayal is still fierce, still intoxicating, still ours to claim. The truth will come. The reckoning will come. But tonight we exist in the raw, unshakable power of each other, and in that, I finally find a fragile, beautiful peace.